Get ready for Black Friday tech. Welcome back to the channel. We're all waiting for these Black Friday sales. By the way, happy Thanksgiving. Anyways, I'm not going to waste your time. If you're here for tech, here for Black Friday sales, let's just jump into it right now. All right, the first couple ones are going to be some Apple products since I run an Apple channel, but I promise you, we got tons of other kind of tech as well. Let's start off right here on one of the best Apple deals. Take a look over here. Here's the Apple Watch Ultra 2. You can see it here, GPS plus cell. Look at this, $599, 25% off right now. Comes in a bunch of different colors as well. Black Friday deal, 25% off on the second Ultra Watch 2. That's not too bad, right? Let's take a look over at the tail of the tape. See, look, this is the best deal. We're going to go right in here. Take a look at this. So here's the price. It was at $7.99. It dropped a little bit more. Now it's way down here at $5.99. Take a look. It's the best price ever. So if you want to pick that up, pick it up now. Okay, so the brand new M5 MacBook Pro. We haven't seen too many sales on it until now. Take a look right here. Here it is, the 2025. This is the M5 MacBook Pro, the base level, 16 gigs, 512. $13.99 right now. Look at this. Down $15.99 to $13.99, $200 off. And this just came out a couple weeks ago. I mean, that's crazy, right? So if you go to the tail of the tape, I mean, obviously this is the lowest price ever. So take a look at how it's been creeping down. $13.99, usually around $15.99. I mean, that's the base price, obviously. You got to pick this up, right? That's one of the best deals on here. And if we want to keep going here, the next one, so maybe you want a little bit more than that, just a little bit more, not the base level, but you want to move it up a little bit. Take a look over here. Here it is right here, the M5 MacBook Pro again. This has got 16 gigs and 1 terabyte, so you're doubling your storage. $15.99. Again, $200 off, usually $17.99, best price in 30 days. Just to prove it to you, I don't have to really. All right, so you can see right here, it's down to the lowest price ever. You can see how it's just kind of been slowly going down. But I do think this is going to be the lowest price we're going to see it for a long time, including Christmas. So if you're ready to pick one of these up, now is the time. Okay, so maybe you don't like Macs that much. I can't imagine, but maybe you don't. Maybe you like Windows. I got one for you right now. Take a look. Asus ROG Strix G16 gaming laptop, 2025, so newest model. Why is it a gaming one? NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5070 Ti. That's a monster. You can play most games with that. It's got the the Intel Core Ultra 9 275HX. That's a monster. 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte. Also Win 11 Home. Take a look at this. $1879, usually like $2,400. Black Friday deal, 22% off. That's a lot of money when you're talking over $2,000 to get off. Let's go over here, see if this is a good deal or not. I mean, look at this. This has been holding. It came down a little bit, September, but way up here, $2,400. Just dropped $1879 right there. So if you want this, pick it up right now. It's going to be the one for you. Okay, so the next product I want to introduce to you is one of my most favorite products of all time for a product being under $100. And you're going to say, what in the world is that, a desk light? And I'm going to tell you it's the coolest desk light you've ever seen, all right? This is a product that's called, basically it's by Litones, Litones. And the model is the HO2. You can see the box right here. I'm going to put the box down. So if you look over at my website over here, over at my computer, you're going to see they call it the premium LED desk lamp. It's now $69, 22% off, usually around $90. And for $90, this was totally worth it. So you'll see a picture of it here. But what does this thing do so well? So first of all, think about this for a second. If you just need a desk lamp, it's perfect, all right? It sits in your desk. It lights up not only in front of you, but also behind you. It's got kind of a dual light. It lights from the front and the back. And the back of it is more of a softer color, so it puts up a light up against the wall behind you, and it makes it really soothing on your eyes. You can also put that thing and angle it right over your monitor like a monitor light, and again, it lights the back room for you, so it makes your eyes, so they don't get so stressed out when you're looking at your screen. I love it. It's also got a little hockey puck down there. You can turn the dial on it to make it brighter or less bright. If you push it down, it changes the color, so a softer color or a lighter color, obviously like 3200K light all the way up to like 5800K. It's incredible. And then all that aside, the reason I love it so much is for filming. This is the best filming light, Zoom call light, all that kind of stuff you can buy. In fact, I'm using it right over here. You can also move it straight down and take product shots with it and stuff like that. So it's super versatile because it's got kind of a fully aluminum arm that you can move to any direction. And it's made like with all the different aluminum and everything built into that thing, it's made like a tank. So I recommend it. Again, it's from a company called Litones. And if you look over here, they actually have. Let me actually scroll back up. Here's their logo right here. If you go over here to Amazon, I'll have a link to it. They have a whole bunch of different lights. Here's the one that they actually make that screws onto the side of the desk. The one that I have is going to have a little base here, very heavy base, and I love this thing. But they make a whole bunch of different things in here, including some smaller ones if you want some smaller ones. So definitely check out their site. I love them. Let's keep moving. Okay, so you want a TV, but you want the biggest one on the block to show off. I got one for you, right over here. Here's the Hisense 98-inch class QD5 series. It's a mouthful. Look at this, $999. It's 57% off Black Friday. This is one of the brands that I always recommend. I have a couple of them. I love them, Hisense. I mean, obviously, if you're a super like high-end TV person, maybe not, but the screen is phenomenal. It's better than all my other TVs that I've ever had. And also 98 inches here for under $1,000. So take a look here. So is this a good deal or not? Let's take a look. Look at this. It was at $1,900 over here. It kind of dropped down to what, $1,500. Now it's down to $999. You can see a big drop here. So going to be the lowest price ever. It's one of the best TVs for that cost. Let's keep moving. Okay, the next product here is maybe you like Sony headphones or maybe you want the Apple ones or something. There's a company I want to introduce to you that makes really good headphones. They last a long time. I've done a whole bunch of videos on them, and I have the box sitting right over here. But let me go ahead and show you the screen over here. This is the One Audio Studio Max 1 wireless over-the-ear DJ headphones. Now, the reason things are great is the sound is incredible, and you can take a look. Let me just go over the price really quickly. It's 20% off. Now, it's $135.99, usually about $170. Now, the cool thing about this thing is, if you look in here, now they're made for, DJing, and they're made for just really good sound, very crisp sound. There's very like little bit of sound leak and all that stuff, but there's a couple claims to fame with this model in here. If I'm going to show you a couple things. So if you go in here and we take a look at, I'm going to show you some pictures here. There's like this little dongle in there, right? So you can either connect via Bluetooth where you wouldn't use that dongle, but if you want what they call low latency mode, it's like way under 20 milliseconds, you connect that little dongle to any device that you have, and actually you have no latency at all. So you're not going to get that kind of lag between hearing and seeing something on the screen or actually playing instruments. So these are perfect for hooking up to an amp. You use that little dongle connected to the amp, and everything's going to work perfectly. And you're not going to have any delay in the sound versus what you're actually playing. Or if you're watching movies and stuff, you're not going to have that delay that you usually have with normal headphones, or if they're Bluetooth, because Bluetooth's a lot slower. So these things are awesome. They have great sound. Trust me, you always have, should I try a different brand and stuff? Well, these brands are, they're incredible. They've been around for years. Like I said, I've done tons of videos on them. So for $135, this is a steal. It's called the One Audio Studio Max wireless over the ear. I'll have a link to it again. Check it out. And it's just one of the best headphones out there. Let me go over here. You can see over here. Let me just see. It says $169 over here. What's the actual price? Let's go back over here. It's only $135. So this chart's showing it that, it's way up here, but we're actually way down here. So we're at the way low price. It used to be $152 at one point, but we're like way down here. So it's a really good deal right now, and check them out. Okay, so if you're an Apple lover, these are things you cannot pass up right now. This is one of the best deals on on all of Amazon, I think. So take a look. The Apple AirPods 4 wireless earbuds right here. These are obviously the newest version, the 4 version. Look at this, 47% off from Apple. You've never seen that before. $129 down to $69. And just to prove it to you, let's just go to the tail of the tape over here. Look at this. So obviously they had some sales and stuff, but look where we are now, way down here. See this huge drop right here? Pick those up. It's the best deal, I think, so far on Amazon, all right? All right, so maybe you're a filmmaker or you want to get some 3D kind of really cool 4K shots and stuff. I'm sure you've heard of this device before, but it's on sale. It's usually not on sale that much. So this is the Insta360 X5 waterproof 8K 360 action camera, and they have some really cool shots you can see online. Go ahead and check it out, what they can do with the shots and stuff. It basically, you can hold it with a stick, and it's going to kind of take the stick out of the shot, and it's going to give you shots as if you're seeing yourself from a drone. It's really cool there. And this is 15% off. It's usually $550. It's $464. Like I said, there's not too many sales on here, and people love this. 4.6 out of 5. So you can see that. So if you go over here, you can see this huge drop. So $549 down to, $464. Look at this. Obviously, we're at the low price alert again, and you can't beat that price. All right. Maybe you're a gamer, but you don't want to build your own computer. Well, we got an option for you. Of course, one of the most famous consoles of all time, PlayStation 5 Digital Edition Slim, 20% off, $399. What is it usually? It's usually $499. So you save $100 right now. So is that really a good deal for the PlayStation 5? Let's check that out. Go over here, take a look. Definitely. So we actually had one other time it was a little bit lower, but we're the second lowest price ever. And it's been a while since it's been like this. Take a look over here. So, this is a good time to pick it up if you want to pick that up because, you just don't know when it's going to go back up. All right. I've done some videos on glasses. I haven't done Meta yet, but Ray-Ban, what are these? The Ray-Ban Meta Gen 1. Take a look over here. These are on sale. These usually aren't on sale either. Right here, but this is the Gen 1, just mind you, but still, it's usually $300, $238, and these aren't, they're just generally not on sale, so this is just a good time to pick it up if you're looking for this. A lot of people are using these for, it's not going to be as immersive as some of the glasses, but a lot of people love them for various reasons, so definitely, if you want that, you're going to know who you are. Okay, the next thing, the Mac Mini, I talk about it all the time. Well, we've seen it at 5 something, then it went down to $4.99. Well, if you always want to buy at the lowest price, now's the time. Here it is right here. This is the base level M4 Mac Mini. Down to $479, 20% off. He obviously usually $599, but we've seen it for $499. But still, if you're one of those people that want to get the best possible price, $479, and I'm going to prove that to you. Take a look over here. So here it is right here. Although I take that back. The one time it was $469 for maybe 3 days, but you can still see that it hasn't been anywhere near that for a while, at least on Amazon. So definitely check that out. Okay. I've been showing you a lot of expensive products. I'm going to show you a couple cheap ones, or at least one here. So if you actually have an SD card, but you don't have like a Mac Mini or something where it doesn't have an SD card slot in it, I recommend just buying this. I've talked about this before. This is the Uni SD card reader. It's one of the best out there, 4.6 out of 5. 31,000 people reviewed this. It's 20% off, $7.99 right now. So basically it's USB-C, USB-A, and then you can stick either a TF or a full SD card into there, plug it into your computer, and you can get all your data off there for $7.99. You can't beat that, right? Okay, next we got a dock. So I just did a video. Check out my last video. I just did a video on a Thunderbolt 5 dock. That's a little bit more expensive because it's a professional dock. Well, if you want Thunderbolt 4 and you want to spend a little bit less money, we got you covered. Here's the Ugreen Thunderbolt 4 dock, 13-in-1, 40 gigabit per second. Again, Thunderbolt 4 dock here. 24% off, $227. So usually $299. It's a Black Friday deal. So Ugreen Thunderbolt dock here. I don't have the actual information if that's the lowest price, but I know it's very, very close. So anyways, that's a good one there. And the next one is, you've seen the Samsung wall TVs, or the TVs that look like pictures that hang in your, in your bedroom or something, and it looks like an actual picture or an actual painting, I mean. Well, this actually company makes them, and they've been rated actually better. So people tested this against Samsung on this exact model, and a lot of people like these. So take a look. Again, Hisense 55-inch class OLED, but this is the Canvas TV. So it's the same thing where it looks just like, obviously, paintings and stuff, as you can see here. 35% off, usually $1,000, $649. Great deal, 4.6 out of 5 also on the ratings, higher than the Samsung one. So is that a low price alert? You bet it. I mean, you bet it. That makes no sense, right? Anyways, you get the idea down here. Look at this. So we're way down at the low price. It's gone up and down a whole kind of the whole year, but now we're way down here at the lowest price. So let's keep going. All right. Maybe you want a cheap TV now. You don't want to break the bank. You need something for your bedroom or for your kids downstairs. Let's take a look. I'm on a Hisense kick today. Here's the Hisense 75-inch E6 Cinema Series. And look at this, $399 for 75 inches, 50% off, usually $799. That's an incredible deal for 75 inches, especially for a TV that people like. So that's actually, let's just check this tape over here. You can see, sorry about that. You can see here, it's been up here, it's come down, down, down. Now it's way down here. Back over here a couple times this year, it was $799. Now it's down to $399. So definitely pick that up. What else do we have here? Monitors. We got a monitor here. So if you're looking for, what is this? This is actually going to be a good monitor that scales with maybe a Mac Mini over there. 1440p is the resolution you want, or 5K for Macs. So if you want that, take a look over here. Here's the Dell. This is the S2725DS monitor, 27-inch. Here we go, 2560 by 2440, 1440p. Actually, let me just see in here. Is this, yeah, I believe that's what it is. So, and then it's basically got 100 hertz as well. This is going to be $157 only, 28% off, usually $219. Is that a good deal or not? Well, we're going to check the tape here. We're going to see that it's, how much was it? Let me actually go back. I forgot how much it was, $157. So granted, it's not, again, it's been up and down, all right? But lately, see over here, for like the last 6 months, it's been way higher and it's dropped back down. It's been down here way back last year, but not for a while. So that's actually a good price in the last maybe 6 months or so. All right, maybe you want a better TV now, a little bit, or better TV, a better monitor, I'm sorry, a little bit better monitor, and you want OLED, and they're hard to get for a good cost. What do we have? We have the Asus ROG Strix 27-inch 1440p OLED gaming monitor. You can see right in here, this is $549 only, so $700 down to $549, 21% off Black Friday deal, and again, it's got 240 hertz if you're a gamer, right? You can't beat that at all, and so, again, that's perfect for a Mac as far as the scaling, but if you're a PC person, you want a game, this is going to be a great monitor as well. So $549. What do we have here? Low price alert. See this? There's a couple days where it was last year, way back in December, but right now it's $549, so that's going to be the lowest price you can find right now, and you can't beat that. All right. I actually showed this drive before. I have it sitting back there. It's a very expensive drive, but if you want the best and only the best, and you want an 8 terabyte M.2 SSD, this is it right here. Here's the Samsung SSD. This is the 9100 Pro, 8 terabytes. This is why it's so expensive, but that's not really why. It's because of this. It's Thunderbolt, it's basically PCI 5.0, so it's going to be 14,800 megabytes per second if you have the right configuration for it, like a PC or something running right off the motherboard. So it's incredible speeds here. $749, 25% off right now. It was $999 just recently, so I know it seems expensive, but this is not only 8 terabytes, but it's also 14,800 megabytes per second, or at least up to that. If you look at the tape over here, again, lowest price you've seen here. It's actually, here's October, here's November. So one time it came back down here, but it hasn't been there for a while. So you can see right there, that's a really good price. All right, if you want just some basic storage, like a spinning drive for backups and stuff like that, here's one I recommend. Western Digital Red makes some of the best ones out there. Here's the Western Digital Red, 18 terabyte Western Digital. Look at this, 26% off, usually $390, it's $289, really good price here. And these are perfect for long-term backups where you're not going to lose your data, or just moving things off like, Apple backups and stuff like that are perfect on here. So take a look, $289. What do we have on the tail of the tape over here? Yeah, it's right around the low price. This is right in here somewhere. So we can see that it's been up and down. This is like almost, $370 over here, up here. So $370, it dropped all the way down to $279. So not bad there. Obviously, it was way up here, way back then, but we've come down, but it's still lowest in a while here. You can see you have to hit the right days if you want it. All right. You want a phone for maybe your mom or for your kid. It's like a burner phone, or maybe you're not in the Apple ecosystem. There's no problem with that. I have a Google phone too. Anyways, over here, Motorola Moto G. I used to have one of these, 2025, unlocked, any carrier. So here we go. Forest gray, you can see here. $149, 25% off though. It's usually $199. So $149 is obviously a really good cost for this phone. So if it's a $149, let's go over here. So $140, this is $174. So $149 is like way down here. Lowest price used to be $174, you can see. So we're way down here somewhere. So that is actually a good price. All right. Maybe you like action cams and you like to film stuff while you're on vacation and biking and stuff like that. Well, what about an action cam? We have one here, the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro Essential Combo. So this has got a combo here. $339, usually $259, 24% off on Black Friday. You can't beat that. So what does it actually come with in the combo? Let me click on this here. So it doesn't just come with the camera, but you get all these like little filters and lenses and stuff like that. So for all it's worth, that might not be that useful for you, but still for $259, that's one of the lowest prices. And I'm going to prove that to you right over here. So if you go on over here, it's not even showing up. This is $339 it used to be, and $259 is way down here. So it is obviously lower than what is the lowest price before was $319. You can see here, so that's obviously a big change there. And so there you go. It's going to be the lowest price. Let's keep going. Okay, so next we're back to Apple, and I love this deal because I actually own one right here. See that little thing right there? But anyways, if you're the kind of person that wants to only get the best deal only, we got it right over here. Here's the 11-inch iPad with the A16 chip. You can see it, $274, $349, 21% off. Used to be what? I think it was like around $280 or something like that, or $275. $274 I think is the lowest by a few bucks. Let me actually go check the tape here. Let's see how low this actually is. Right over here. Yep, here it is. So I guess it was actually $299 is the lowest. And it came down here a couple times. Let's just check over here. $274. It's actually right in here, so you can see it. It's basically going to be equal to the lowest price ever, and that dropped a couple bucks. So definitely pick that up if you want to. I think that's a great deal. I love the thing. It works perfect for me. I obviously have a ton of Apple stuff, and this is all I need. I don't need anything more than this for the iPad. You can't go wrong with it. Just pick it up, and you trust me, you'll thank me later. All right, the next thing over here, if you're basically, again, we're going to go back to Windows and laptops and some gaming too. What do we have? We have the Alienware 16 Aurora gaming laptop. I'm not going to go through the number. You can see it there. So what do we have? 120 hertz display. It's got the Intel Core 7 here. We got 16 gigs, 1 terabyte. We got an RTX 5050, 8 gigabytes. So not the best, but you're going to be able to play some games with that. And it's going to be usually $1249. Now it's down to $899 for that package. That's pretty good from Alienware, $899 Black Friday special. How good is that? Let's just check over here. So you can see it jumped up over here. So it was up, well over $1,000. Came all the way down here. Now it's $899. So we're doing pretty good here. And actually, just remember, this site that I'm using here is actually going to be a site called Camel. If you want to check it out, they actually show you all the prices on this stuff. All right, really cool site. All right. So maybe you actually saw the kid zooming around on like a little scooter, but it was an electric scooter, and you want one as an adult. Well, they got one for you as well. So over here's the MacShot electric scooter. They come in various sizes and everything else, but this one in particular is 34% off, $265, usually $400, all right? And if you don't trust me, look at this. Here's a guy right here. Here's an adult on it right here, and you see the difference. It's 22 miles an hour. It's got 50-mile range. I mean, the range, I guess, depends on, various things down here, but basically you have to check all that out. It's got braking, dual suspension. Anyways, let me go ahead and check the tail of the tape over here. Here we go. Let's just scroll down. Yeah, it's at the low price alert. Now, it's been hanging there for a while. See this? But it's really way down here. So, I mean, I don't know if it's going to jump back up, but it looks like it's been going down. So maybe that's not the best deal, but I still thought it was kind of a cool product. All right. I've actually tested this one. I went to, I go to these shows because of what I do. This has really good sound and it's unique. You're not going to be like everyone else. Take a look. If you want one of these speakers here, here's the Marshall Action 3 Bluetooth home speaker. High quality. It's 40% off and it used to be $300. It was kind of up near the Bose and stuff like that. But for $179, this thing's pretty big. It can fill a room or fill like a whole downstairs if you want really good sound here. So $179 for that one. And is it a low price alert? Let's take a look for sure. So as it was creeping up here, look at it. It's been up to $299 really recently. It's all the way down here. You can see this costs $179. So that's a good deal there as well. All right. The next thing, remember we talked about those headphones, Audio One. Well, those are some of my favorite headphones. Well, anyways, if you want Sony, you just can't compromise and you need the name Sony. Here's a good deal. The Sony WH-1000XM5s. We've talked about these many times. Noise canceling. 38% off, $248, all right? So these are always seem to be on sale, right? But are they a good deal? So $248, let's take a look. Yeah, I mean, look at this. They're up and down, but this is the lowest price. This is one other time it's been there. This is the second time. This was just short of it. So this is the low price you can actually pick them up for. So if you're kind of waiting to get something cheaper, you're probably not going to see it, right? Okay, TVs. Today's the Hisense TV day. I don't know why it's turned. I have another TV that's not Hisense, but this one is. 55-inch Super Value TV. Take a look over here. Hisense 55 E6 Cinema Series. QLED right here, 4K. $239 only for a 55-inch. What does this time come to? 44% off, $429 usually. Very good TV, highly rated. I've actually seen that TV in person. It's a good TV. So $239. Yep, it's going to be the lowest price. It's been creeping down, but this is the lowest price. If you're one of those people that need it, you need to know. There you go. All right. Maybe you have an M4 Mac Mini like I do. I mean, maybe if you're watching me because I talk about it all the time on my channel. Well, we got one for you right over here. That's actually a little hub. I've talked about these, but this is a good deal on it. Here's the U-Green dock and stand for Mac Mini M4, M4 Pro, right? So you need to have, obviously, the M4 Mini. $59 here, 33% off. A really good deal. So the claim to fame of this one is let's actually just go in here and click on this thing if I don't. So, it's obviously got, what, 3 USB-As, 3 USB-Cs. Well, actually, one's for power. You plug this into your Mac here. It's got 2 USB-As on front. It's got the SD card readers. But the claim to fame of this, too, is it actually allows you to put an SSD in here, an M.2 as well for extra storage. This is not, it's not going to be Thunderbolt 4. It's going to probably get around 900 megabytes to 1,000 megabytes per second. But still, it's great for people with Mac Minis that want to add storage. And it's down to $59, right? If you look at the tail of the tape, $59 is the low price alert again. You get this the lowest it's ever been. So take a look at that. It's been up and down, but up recently. So that's a good deal. And anyways, let's move. So if you're actually in the Samsung ecosystem, or I know a lot of my viewers are sometimes they aren't. But anyways, if you want to watch, they got a special right here. Samsung Galaxy Watch 7 40mm, all the way down to $129.99, 48% off. Well, #1 bestseller, 4.5 out of 5. You get the idea. That's a steal. Let's just be honest. It's last year's model, but it's a steal. How much of a steal is it? Well, look at this. It's been kind of creeping down, but here it is way down here. Lowest price ever. So if you want to pick that up, lowest price ever. All right. This next one over here, we got another OLED for you, a little bit bigger now, a little bit more, I guess, premium. If you're a gamer too, remember I showed you the OLED before. This is a little bit better one. Here's the LG 45GX900A, 45-inch. Look at this, 3040 by 1440. So it's basically, it's kind of got a weird resolution, 240 hertz. But look at this, it's OLED right here. And it's 45 inches, so crazy. $896, 47% off. That might be the best deal of the day. Usually $1,700. But before I say that, let me actually prove it to you. Yeah, see, look at this. Now, it's actually been down to $1,100 a couple times, but now it's $896. But recently, it was way up here, like, what is it, $1,700? It dropped all the way down to $896. So, I mean, it's up and down. These are things you got to hit at the right time. And so if you're thinking about that, that could be a good option for you. I mean, 40-something inch OLED will be amazing, right? If you're a gamer, you want a graphics card, what about this one over here? Here's the Power Color Red Devil AMD Radeon RX, 970. A 970 XT, mind you, so that's got the 16 gigs of RAM, and it's got a GDDR6 as well. 10% off. It's not; these things are not generally on sale that much. That's why I wanted just to throw this in here. So it's usually $719. Now it's $649. So again, that's not the best deal. Let me go ahead and check $649. What do we have here? Well, I guess it is the lowest price at this particular card. It's usually around $800. So you can go ahead and get that if you really want to. So it is the lowest price for all it's worth. All right, I gotta take a break. We got about, what I'm going to do here is I got a couple more, and then I'm going to give you like kind of some music and show you a whole bunch more really quickly, all right? So stay tuned for all that. The next thing, again, is a Google phone. I showed you one in my last video, and I got a couple different models now for you to check out, all right? So number one is going to be the Google Pixel 9a. This is their cheap version, all right? It doesn't look this squished over here. That's just a bad picture. It's actually a little bit taller, all right? That's just a bad picture. But it's $399 only. Think about that. 20% off, usually $499. But it's deal selling fast, it says. So, I mean, to pick up a flagship, it's not the flagship, it's their A model. It's kind of, you know, it's like the 16E basically for Apple, but it's got one of the best cameras still. It's got a phenomenal camera for $399. And let's just go ahead and see, is this the lowest? Now, again, it's been down to $364 once, but realistically, any other time, it's only been $399. So now's the time to pick that up if you want to. They go on sale. But if you want something a little bit more and a little bit the newest, I guess the newer version of it, take a look at this. Here's the Google Pixel 10, the brand new version, unlocked Android, full on any carrier. You can see in here, $599. So it's $799 usually, 25% off in their brand new model here. Again, that's a bad picture. It's squished, so it looks a little bit fatter or whatever you want to call it. But let's go to the tape over here. Is that one of the best prices? For sure. It was up to $799 just for like the last month and a half, dropped down to $599. It's never been below this, so a good time to buy that as well. All right. A monitor. Good 4K monitors are hard to find. I always talk about Dell. Dell makes some good ones, so does BenQ. Here's a Dell right here. This is the Dell 27-inch 4K. I've talked about this many times, but it's the S2725QC. $259 for a 4K, 26% off, and it's $349 usually. And the reason this is so good is it's got like a little kind of a hub built into it. It's also, let me just see in here. I mean, it just, trust me, the quality of the text and everything on 4Ks with Macs especially can be a little bit off. But with this one, it's not. It's one of the highest rated ones you can see. So $259. Are we actually, they're always on sale. But if I go over here to the tape, it is the lowest price. Look at this. It was just up pretty much, what is this, over $300, you know. Now it's $259. So this is the lowest price of all time. That's actually a good thing to know, right? All right. Those graphics cards I just showed you, right? I have another one for you, and if you need it to be white and you want it to be a little bit different, check this one out. I'm not, I don't game that much. I used to build all of my gaming computers, so people are going to know a lot more than I am about this one, but I know this is a good deal. Here's the Asus right here. It's the GeForce RTX 570 with 12 gigs of RAM, so I know it's not a full 16, but this is GDDR7, a little bit faster memory there as well. So it's $569, but that's 20% off, usually $709. So if you're building it, not only is the aesthetic, important to some people with the white one here, but this one will be able to play most games. It's only got 12 gigabytes instead of 16, but it's more than 8, and it's a 570. And if you take a look over here, it is by far the lowest price ever. It's dropped a few times here, but usually it's $709 the rest of the year. So we're down in this little realm that we haven't seen before, all right? Okay. Now here we go. You want more of an inexpensive Windows laptop, you don't need so much gaming and stuff, I got one for you. Here's the HP OmniBook 5 16-inch. This is a great deal here. Look at this. It's got Snapdragon X Plus, right? That's the chip, 16 gigs, 512. And you can see in here comes, I believe, with Windows as well, Windows 11, $449, 36% off, usually $700. So that's actually a good deal there. And I'm going to show you, it definitely is. Look at this. So it was going up, 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 and it was like way down to $449. So pick that up. You can't beat that. I mean, obviously this is $800 over here. It's almost half price right there. So really good deal there. And all right. If you're an Apple person, Apple cables, they can be so expensive, but maybe you want to pick up an original Apple cable for cheap, right? Well, the Apple's finally got a sale on one of them. Here's the Apple 60-watt USB-C to USB-C woven cable, charging cable, right? This is 1 meter, so it's $10.99, 42% off by Apple. You never see that, but here it is. Usually $20, roughly somewhere in that range. And I'm going to prove that to you. Take a look way down here. It was one other time it was this cost, but most of the time it's, we're not talking huge amounts of difference, but it is pretty cheap for Apple to do that, all right? So not bad. Okay, we got another laptop for you. Let's check this one out. This is more of a, I guess, a working, a workhorse if you kind of need one for work, all right? It's not an Apple one, but it's over here. It's a good name. Lenovo ThinkPad E16 Gen 2 business laptop. And let's see here. It's got the Ryzen 5 7335U, 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte SSD, fingerprint reader, some of the best keyboards on Lenovo. It's also kind of a bundle. So if you look in here, let me click on this. It's got a little hub here. And it's also got Windows 11 Pro, not just Home, but Pro. So you get all of that. $799, 20% off right now. Usually $1,000, not bad, right? Let's go over here. We can see right here, it's $799. This is $999 this line, and it's $799. So it's somewhere down here, but it is the lowest price. You can see it's somewhere way down here. So that's going to be a good one. And then I finally get a different TV for you. So if you're the person that needs the best of the best, you want a giant OLED TV, and you don't want to compromise, you have the money for it, here's a good one right here. And I'm going to prove this is a really good deal. Here's a Samsung 77-inch OLED. This is the S90F. Really good TV, trust me. 4K. It's $1997, 36% off, usually $3,097. Look at this major difference. Black Friday deal. This is a great one, 2025 Model 2. And just to prove it to you, like, look at this. So, I mean, obviously up here is $3,600, but it dropped a little bit. But look, it dropped all the way down here. So this is $1,097, and this is all the way over here is over $3,500 or whatever you want to call it. I mean, we've dropped a lot, but here it is right here. So it's been going down, but it's just a steal at that cost. But maybe you want something a little bit different. You want a projector. You want a home theater. You want to make a movie theater. Well, a lot of those cheap projectors you get, they don't have a lot of lumens, right, as far as the brightness. This one actually does. Take a look. I don't know how to say this. I can't even say it. I mean, I'm not even going to attempt it. The Horizon 20. But this is actually, I looked this up. It's a good name here. It's actually 30% off, usually $1,700. It's $1,189, all right? 240 hertz. This is the claim to fame. 3200 ISO lumens, all right? And I believe it's 4K as well. And it's a projector, it's a laser projector. So you're going to ask, let me just kind of scroll down to what I wanted to show you. So a lot of people say, well, why would you pick this up? Well, let me just show you a couple things. Obviously, it's got just incredible colors here. When you're actually in a dark room, it's going to look phenomenal, right? You can see this. But the claim to fame I actually get, when you're in a light room, look how bright this thing is. They're in a lighted room here, and you can still watch TV with it. Now, I'm not recommending that because you're going to lose a little bit of contrast. But for a projector from that distance to be this bright in a lit room is phenomenal. So everyone in here is saying it's the best projector under $3,000. Look at this guy. And the lumens as well. So he's saying it's one of the brightest projectors out there. So check that out. I believe that's going to be one of the better ones. If I make a movie theater, I might have to look them up, and I might try to actually get them as a sponsor and maybe do a video for you guys, all right? I got a couple more here. Actually, let me go back to the tail of the tape. I forgot to look that one up. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I mean, look at it. $1,700 here, drops all the way down to $1,189. So you can see this massive drop. So it is the lowest price there, right? Okay, I lied to you. We actually got two different TVs. This is a different TV as well. LG, they make good TVs, all right? So we got one for you here. LG 75-inch. This is called a QNED Evo AI. I'm not even, this is ridiculous, these names, right? Anyways, you get the idea. AI sound. I don't want AI sound. I don't want AI picture. I just want a good TV. And I think this is actually 2025. So this is usually $1,400. It's $896 actually, 36% off. And I'm going to go to the tail of the tape over here. You can see all the way down here. Look at this. So it's been dropping, and it's at the lowest price ever. So I like proving it to people that I'm not just making this up. These are the lowest prices on almost all of these products. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and before I wrap this up, I'm going to give you like 10 or 12 products in a row here with some music just to wrap up the video. But these are some good products as well, so just stay tuned. I'm going to at least leave them on here for 5 seconds a piece. Let's go. Okay, so I hope you found something you liked. All of the links will be in the video description. Happy Thanksgiving again. We will see you again in the next one. Peace.